And I just have to say, you know, that last game, I gave Scope the play of the day. And then, like, right behind it, Asian Jeff puts it right up on the pedestal. Just incredible endgame. Definitely the best we've seen so far. That is the showing of FNCS top caliber players going toe-to-toe. You'll have to see it. And of course, Taco, we just get to jump right back in with Peterbot and Pollo. This has definitely been their show today as well.
That's the thing, though. We're jumping back in with Peterbot and Pollo, and they have felt like the raid bosses of every single lobby they have participated in. With 5 elims already in the elim feed. And excuse me, I said 5. I really meant 6. Because Peterbot is going to collect onto Yuumi. And now, Pollo, Peterbot just continuing through with their strategy of we'll eliminate everybody else before they can even play the game.
They know exactly what they're doing this early in the round. They key everyone before the server starts to take its toll here. You love to see it. Look at the aggression. Look at the W key. Look at the response time on Peterbot and Pollo. 6 eliminations. Every lobby we've tuned in with them in particular in has been wiped clean early. I don't know what it is. Maybe it is literally the Peterbot and Pollo effect, but it's just like key after key.
They're just so in sync with each other. It's almost unbelievable, but those two just simply don't miss a beat together. And this is a duo that we actually haven't seen much out of here today. I think it's actually the first time that we're getting a chance to spectate their actual lobby, but Acorn and Cold trying to finish off the world's deepest box fight over no man's land here as Acorn, Cold seemingly in a much worse for wear situation. Acorn not able to bring those mech hits close enough to him just yet. In fact, that is going to be Cold. He gets knocked first as the Olympic continues to light up instead with Pollo, but now it's up to Acorn to see if he can close this one off. Does have a mech hit that he can expend for the time being, but again, just Acorn and Cole, they are simply out there right now, and Snakesy, he's not letting Acorn get away. In fact, the final charge here, but that's only going to be 1 knock so far, 1 elimination that Acorn can count on. The other 2 are on Cold, but it's still nice for Acorn. They'll be able to clean up that fight. I think him and Cole could definitely get something going.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, was it worth it? Like, he's got nothing right now. Very tight spot to be in, or late in the tournament. Do you just back out, run it up again while the queues are open? Yeah, I think they're thinking likely something similar if they can't just key their way across. Like, Acorn's pretty desperately holding on right now, and I'm more curious as to why. Could he be out of games? I don't know.
Might just be a classic circumstance, though, for Acorn, where he's just trying to make sure that he's not going to make it easy. That's for sure. Up against the likes, he already got the elimination onto Snakesy, so now it's exclusively up to Acorn's discretion just how long he wants to keep this solo at bay. And given that Acorn is likely going to touch land before
oh my god, hello?
Snakesy's duo, it's just Acorn's still way out
already pre-farmed though. What is happening here?
I feel like somebody was here
right
before.
Yeah, no, he's right back in it. I see why they don't mind sticking this one out. There's like the whole bounce back is on the beach. Let's see it though. It's the Acorn show. It's the one-on-one here. Acorn really flexing his skill set here. Yeah, going just about how I expected. Yeah, there it is. Makes it nice and clean. You almost gave him what he was looking for, right? Puts him in a position to have the advantage there.
But at least Acorn got exactly what he was looking for there. Meanwhile, a very, very familiar sight. It's Pollo and Peterbot just running things down as aggressively as possible. Elimination onto Trow means Chaos Gaming shortly following after. Another couple of elims And I think that's one of the most impressive parts about Pollo and Peterbot that we've seen here today. They don't just key these other teams, Monster, but their time to elimination versus every other team so far today, it just feels so rapid. It's like Pollo and Peterbot don't really give other teams the opportunity to third party, because by the time another team even rotates anywhere near their vicinity, they've already finalized eliminating a solo or a duo, or just forcing everybody else to kind of react to the space they create for themselves.
Yeah, this lobby's in a pretty odd predicament, though, if you think about it. With 10 minutes or so, like I said, like the queues start to wrap up. Notice how everyone's starting to figure it out. Like, well, if we just, you know, finish this game, we could probably queue up again and catch the final opportunity, another big game, I think. So this is a very interesting round that's unfolding here. 26 players remaining, 15 duos. So clearly there's teams that are, you know, solos in the mix here. Does make you wonder, is it going to end a lot earlier than an average game? And will we get some of these teams that are on the, you know, on the cusp of making an upper bracket appearance in the last game to have an opportunity to do so?
Oh, you also have to keep in mind, I mean, we just saw this was Acorn and Cold's last game. How many other teams in this lobby are in that exact same circumstance? I think for some of these teams, maybe they've got one more lobby that they can try and work through. But I think for the bulk majority of teams, they are very much on their final game. So they don't really have any other option aside to play things out. Yeah, this is nasty work from Pamsdale and Lawrence.
Coming right in, recognizing Acorn back here by himself. Was it a reboot van that went out? Like, how do they know Acorn was here? This is such an odd spot for them to get spotted out by. But, you know, with limited view, limited context, it is what it is. Pam, still the young French-Canadian, comes in alongside Lawrence. It's the first, by the way, as well, that we've seen Pam still paired up with a completely different duo.
I think it was the audio cue, by the way, because they're right now next to Unmoored Manor, and there's a reboot van on an island just
but they only have a single E-Link. So, like, that's why I'm so confused.
Maybe
like,
they heard the audio cue going off in general, and they just decided to push.
Could have been. Yeah, it couldn't even been a successful pickup. Just, it was that quick.
More impressive is the fact that they were that far out of zone at the same time as Acorn. But that's another story for another day. We'll have to check out with Pamsdale later, Lawrence later on. But right now,
I want Pollo to show up next week with the name Tactical Pollo. Okay, not Twitter Pollo, Tactical Pollo. Stamp it.
Want him to? That's going to be his trademark now. Is forging his own meta.
At this point, it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. Every single time we've come in, it's looked so good. Take a look at the Peterbot fight one more time. He jumps down, swings all the way around on Samu, finds a vulnerability in the armor, and then Pollo, just monstrous shot. Doesn't miss, cleans it up, very quick, very precise.
Oh no. Talk about quick and precise. And it's going to be Blake that we watch getting eliminated. We did get to see, you know, Blake and Macwood do their thing a little bit early on in this match, though.
That's a different Blake. That's Blake 23.
Oh, good
The other Blake is SR Blake. Yeah. Don't do Blake like that now. Like, you know.
for a moment there, we got tripped up.
To be fair,
I saw Blake and
Blake.
yeah. I see Blake. I was like, man, where's Macwood? That makes a lot more sense now.
You know, if you don't address it, chat will just freak out. You know how they are. They know everything.
True.
Sorry. All the doctors in chat. My apologies.
And Chimp, unfortunately, seeming to be his own worst enemy, probably got pressured to find himself in that kind of predicament in the elimination feed. Unfortunate stuff, but the show must go on for everybody else that remains here. Fortunately,
you have to think Pamstone and Lawrence felt pretty pressured to start picking up eliminations. There's like no other opportunities, right? This lobby's gonna thin out. It's gonna go right to the final moments sooner rather than later. And if you don't get elims now, I mean, here's what's gonna happen. Peterbot, Pollo that they see in the feed, they're gonna continue to claim.
Again, just so much underneath these builds, lying in wait for Peterbot and Pollo to decide what exactly they want to pick up here. Meanwhile, Mason, no end pen, trying to get it done all by his lonesome. Nearly does. Believe he got stuck there looking for the reload. Reswit, nice job keeping his cool, keeping his calm, managing to get that counter elimination there.
You know what? I respect it too. Carrying the torch for his teammate. 5 elims right now as a solo. Not bad at all. Here's Peterbot and Pollo jumping back in, trying to see if they can continue to rack up the bodies here. See what's going to happen. So the setup's looking pretty good. Pollo's on the backside of the wall. The double pressure comes in. But that's just a little bit of a fake out. Into the box they go. Almost catches them while they try to make the edit. And you see, it's plays like that. It's maneuvering like that that this team's not even ready for. Look, Peterbot goes for the rinse and repeat back to the other side. It's his walls here, right? He's just swinging back and forth. Like, how do you keep up with this?
Peterbot, though, definitely eating a little bit more than what he bargained for initially. Pollo now following suit with Peterbot. And it's just, again, both of these players, Pollo and Peterbot, just doing such an excellent job at forcing the split attention. Right now, Blink just trying to do everything in his power to keep these stairs up, keep everything as far away from Pollo as possible. And we saw Kazama look for an opportunity to see if he could get a counter tag onto Pollo, but
you know what?
The health exchange is not in equal dividends.
I want to give a lot of credit to Blink right now. I truly respect the defensive play right now. This is not the best we've seen from a team. So I'm not sure if we're seeing some potential new greatness coming out of the qualifier right now, or Blink is just in the zone playing better than he ever has before, but very, very exceptional defensive capabilities here from the team in front of him. And Pollo's playing very, very well, very sharp too. So both sides exercising high quality exchanges here, but in the end, how long can you keep up that level of exceptional play? How long can you keep the turbo on? How much stamina do you have to go the distance? It's all up to Blink now. Fends off Peterbot once again here. It's not once, not twice, but the 3rd time now. Ultimately, he starts to run loose a little early, and that might be the backfire here. All credit, though. All credit. You know what? I respect it, kid. That was
Still
nice.
respect the hustle. That's for sure.
Great. That was great.
I mean, we were talking about, or at least I mentioned, Peterbot and Pollo. Yeah, they've got such a quick time to elimination, and then we finally see them get tripped up, even if for a moment it's definitely expended a good chunk of Peterbot and Pollo's builds. They didn't really gather a whole lot aside from eliminations there. And an extra medallion, but that came from an earlier engagement. Still a lot of chase down, though, that took place from Peterbot and Pollo, and now they're going to have to look for another refresh, at least if Peterbot wants to get his materials back up.
Yeah, they're gonna find that refresher right about now. It's just like, oh, another duo? Sure, let's go ahead and wrap this one up too. There goes the material count, 555. Oh my gosh, Pollo's in a world of problem right now. If he falls now, this is gonna be a pretty of a tight situation to be in. I mean, if there's a team below him, they could actually get broken out of the builds here and likely win the game. Yeah, Pollo starts to lower himself here. I think they recognize danger. It's literally 6 players left in the game. 2 of them are solos. And there it is, 2v2v1.
Hey, we were saying they need a refresh, and that is the one thing they're able to create. As Chinitsa, it's sometimes you've just gotta keep it going.
He's like, they're weak. Now's my chance. I'm going all in.
There's still the likes of Pity Pro and lower for Peterbot and Pollo to deal with if they recognize the fact that they are even here, but there's nobody else that they could possibly find.
The scenario, this is like, you queue into 2v2 realistics. What are you gonna do? Right? What are you gonna do? Pollo spawns with the high ground. Peterbot's got the high ground. They have more material than you, better loadout than you. Everything you can imagine is not in your favor in this 2v2 realistic. Go.
I almost wonder if at this point Peterbot and Pollo might just be saying, no, like, you stay away, like, I'm gonna do this. Like, I could 100% picture Peterbot telling Pollo, chill, these are my eliminations, since he already has 12 of them.
Are they gonna pickaxe one of these players is the real question. At this point, it's looking very prime. I mean, my senses are tingling here. I think they're gonna enjoy this last this last one here. The queue's likely closed. This is their last game. Are they gonna stretch it all the way out?
We all know how friendly Peterbot can be to players when he's in these sort of 2v2 scenarios.
He's
So
blocking him out. Look, look, look. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's only a matter of time before Pro's like, yeah, you know, I have every advantage here.
the difference here, though, is that Pro and Lower, they're split. Like, pollofn and Peterbot are split too, but it's by choice. Lower and City Pro, I feel like they're getting split up from each other, and it's not even like they want to be, but Peterbot going on
And they have the
aggressive.
effects. Like, look at this. They just have all the movement.